Okay, good evening, everybody. This is us, and good to see you all here. And we're obviously wanting to take your questions. And and again, I mean, our goal is to get you out of here in 30 minutes or less, if necessary. If there are no questions, um, I don't. Laura and I are not a chatty bunch, so we will entertain questions, and then if there are no questions, then we will allow you to go on with your weekend. Um, I will say that I do have one or two things I'll just share here at the beginning. Um, Let me just see. I think I can turn on my slide presentation here. And once again, I mean, as you have questions, please feel free to write them in the box. And I'm just going to share my screen for a second. Uh, and let me turn this on for a bit. Okay, it's not what we want. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll through this. I do want to let you know that we have put together uh, a few courses that we're testing out the direct import. So if you maybe didn't get these courses when they launched, I rarely, if ever, do any discounts, and I want to test out, make sure that the import to system.io and to Go High Level Agency is working. And so if you want to get these, and there are some discount codes that you can use in order to do that. So at plrshow.com/PNTR, and then these other three URLs are available. Make sure that you check our newsletter where I sent out and I put the discount codes that are there. And when you use the discount codes, it'll take the price back to the launch price. So that's that. Um, and I will turn back off my screen. Okay, are there any questions? Any questions? And if you have them, please feel free to write them in the box. Or if you want us to unmute you, we will. And as I said, our goal is not to keep you here all night. We will um, just kind of want to make sure that we are um, helping you to do what you're looking to do. Um, so I will say the idea here around making these products directly importable is that we're trying to help to overcome like a major stumbling block, and that is people being able to kind of get products up and running. And so um, basically what we're doing is we're taking care of the hosting so that if you direct import, whether you use the Ultimate Insider platform, System.io, or Go High Level Agency, they'll instantly be ready. And then all you've really got to do is put your sales page together and then sell them. And even then, I'm working on a solution for the sales page. So it's not fully ready, but it will be, and you'll be able to kind of use a template-based system that's like our templates, the ones that we put inside of our courses. Maybe make some changes to it, maybe add your bonus to it, and then you'll be able to use that as your sales page. But again, that's maybe about a week and a half away. Um, the course next two courses, I'm going to be doing one on SEO. I think that's going to be next Saturday, and we're gonna do our best to get bullet journaling out this week. And so I'm going to be doing the recording on that. The content is done, and I am the hold up on that. I need to get the narration done, and then we will release that to you. Um, After that, on the following Saturday, um, we'll be um, we'll be doing um, product creation, right? The product creation. That's going to be a little mini summit. There's some speakers that I've recorded. They're going to be talking about product creation, and then someplace in here, it's not going to be a formal launch, but I will be releasing the insider selection for this month, which is going to be on Zapier. And what I'm going to cover is the AI in Zapier. So these are going to all be over the shoulder videos. I'm not sure when I'm going to launch it to the public, but for Ultimate Insiders, you will get access to that sometime within the next 15 days. Um, and if I come up with a launch date, I'll figure out when I'm going to launch it to the public. But as of right now, you will get access to that if you are an Ultimate Insider. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Uh, if there are none, then as I said, we will, we'll kind of take off here. But um, let's see. Let's see. Someone's got their hand raised. Let's see. All right. And let's see. Okay, Santu, you are enabled.
Hey, firstly, I want to say nice try, Charles. You don't get off that easy. Okay, my question is, please can you expand a little bit more about the bullet journal? Because a light bulb went off in my head. Because I'm doing a self-care summit this month, and they're looking for, a hold on, what's it? A VIP gift, which I think in the market hang out with say it needs to be like a minimum of $97. Um, and I just wonder, I'm not so familiar with bullet journals, and I'm just wondering whether that could be a good gift to give for people who are wanting to do some self-care. Uh, as carers, people who are caring for others can get tired themselves.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, just explain a little bit more like what is a bullet journal? How's it different from just a blank journal that you just write and write and write, whatever you want, free flow.
Well, a bullet journal essentially really does start off as a blank journal, but the difference is the general journaling concept is, fairly free flowing. You're
Mm,
kind of, jotting down thoughts as you go, but a bullet journaling system, which you can use it with a 25-cent spiral notebook, or you can use a journal kind of specifically designed for that. And what bullet journaling is a system of mindfulness, of productivity, of organization. And whether you go with the bullet journaling system as it's designed by its creator, Ryder Carroll, or you use some modified version of it, the idea is that you are well, again, the idea is that it is a minimal, simple system of essentially tracking your days, what you need to do, are you getting it done, and ensuring that those things that are priority in your life are those things that you are working towards every day, whether it's a one and done type task or it is something that you are spacing over the course of several days, several weeks. So if you're talking about including this, are you is this I'm assuming this is not an in-person type of conference or seminar
mm-mm.
or gathering.
No, yeah, it's a digital summit. Yeah, virtual, I should
Okay.
say.
Okay. There are digital versions. I've included in the PLR pack, I've included a template for a couple of digital versions of a bullet journal. So it gives you at least an idea. And I'm certain that there are some other ones online, but that is
Yeah.
something that the people that you are, talking to might be interested in receiving.
Laurel, Laurel,
It,
you do bullet journaling one way, and then our daughter Lana does it another way. Maybe if you can kind of talk about how you use it versus how you are a bullet journaler and Lana's a bullet journaler, but you all are two different bullet journalists.
Yeah, our older daughter Lana has, uh, extensive filled bullet journals where she has used it specifically in the context of school and keeping track of each semester and the projects and things that she has due, and kind of being able to and track her progress in these long-term projects that she's working on. So that has applicability, obviously, to us in the internet marketing world, and these things that we are working on over the course of a period of time, and being able to kind of successfully track progress with those. And I've used them for school, for general, work slash personal slash school type purposes. I've used them for faith journaling and bullet journaling, kind of combining the two. So they are, it's an incredibly flexible tool for, again, for being mindful of how you spend your time. And is it towards, are those things that you're doing on a daily basis, are you working towards something, as opposed to, and we can all do it, just kind of wasting time and getting lost in those things that are not really contributing to where you're trying to go.
And can you also say whether, Charles, you're offering a video to teach people how to use the bullet journal, or like what is it that's dropping?
Yeah, well, there's going to be a written content, and then instructional videos. So there won't be an on-screen tutorial, but the walkthrough and the instructional portion is part of the content. So you can actually talk to someone and tell them how to apply the concepts. And I think that's what Laurel primarily laid out in the content. I'm going to be primarily the narrator, and I'm going to be narrating basically the process,
And
if it
and
makes
we
sense.
can kind of and we can kind of give this away as a get, like the whole thing, like the training, like the video training and the access to the bullet journal. We can give that away as a gift.
Well, we're gonna uh, let's see. We haven't figured out what the rights are going to be for this. Um,
Okay.
Likely there will be a lead magnet that you could give away, and then on the back end you could maybe exchange the entire course for some kind of opt-in or something like that. So we will have
Yeah.
a we will have a lead magnet there for the giveaway.
Yeah, I was gonna offer something else as a lead magnet. Um
Or
and then
or
offer.
or you know, or even the templates, right? So one of the templates could be the lead magnet. So, and that would actually be a good lead magnet, an actual piece leading back to the instruction.
Okay, I'll just wait and see what the private label rights are.
All right.
I don't yeah, because I'm not understanding how your lead magnet will fit into um the way they have structured their summit in offering two gifts. One's
Who
a lead
now? Who
magnet with the
who's
other
doing the
one.
summit? Who's doing the summit?
You won't know her. You won't know her. She's uh, she's someone who's hosting a summit on Event Raptor. You may have heard of Event Raptor, but you won't have heard of her.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, she's new and she's not been around on the scene for a long time. So yeah,
Okay.
she's not anyone. But yeah, the way that the coaches work is that you give a lead magnet and then you give a VIP gift of significant value, not templates. It's got to be 97 to $500 worth of training or
Ah,
something.
no, I get
Um,
it.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
get I get the vibe now. Yep, I got it.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll just wait and see what is, what our rights are when you release that.
Yep, yep, right on. Right on. Okay, any other questions? Got a quiet crowd tonight, which is fine. Any other questions? Well, if there are no other questions, then we'll just consider this an easy week this week, and we will be back with you. Now for Ultimate Insiders, I don't think we're going to meet this week. I think we've got quite a few onboarding calls to do together this week. We probably won't do a meeting this week. It'll probably be next week, and so we will be meeting with Ultimate Insiders. Let's see, we've got a question here. Um, yeah. My hope is Wednesday, Santu. Wednesday. Yep, Wednesday we hope to release. Um, yeah, no, you're on the right list, and you were at the last meeting. So I did a um, we did the insider only meeting. Now I did make it available to everybody, but it'll be part two of that meeting where we just had meeting days. We talked specifically about Ultimate Insider. So I've got to finish that. We've got some other things we've got to talk about. I finished maybe about a fourth of it, but no, we haven't done the second one. So as soon as we do the second one, then I'll promote. I'll let you know. Yeah, yeah. It's probably gonna be three of them. I'm thinking if we can get to the next one, that'll probably be 30 to 40 minutes, and then maybe we might break it into another third one. And because I want to get done so I can start the training. So that'll be probably not this coming week, but next week. All right. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Sure. I can. I think I can do it. I gotta do that here. Enable mic. There we go.
Can you hear
Hello,
me?
Brian. I just saw you come in, Brian. Looks like good evening to you. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, great. Um, since I brought up the subject, I wanted to get your thoughts on this whole I mean you may not be aware or you may not even be aware of it. Um, but there are certain coaches, kind of guru coaches out there who are constantly telling people, the coaches in particular, to give away free stuff all the time. And this it seems a little bizarre to me the way they run their summits. To say give away a free lead magnet and give away a free VIP gift of significant value that you're going to lose money on because you're giving away for free. I
Mhm.
just don't understand the logic, unless it's like for their benefit. It seems like they're the ones that are going to benefit the most from this. And I'm just wondering if you know anything more because you've been in the business around a lot longer. Um, so yeah, I'll just pass the mic over to you and see what thoughts you might be able to add to my understanding.
Summits have gone through an evolution, and I think
Mm,
back in 2017. Now I did one back in 2013, and so they've been around for a while. Um, they've gone through an evolution, and then during COVID, people went summit crazy, and so
yeah.
summit, a bunch of summits,
Mm,
and then after then people wanted to do more in-person events, and so to get people to actually come to a summit. Um, it really does depend on an organizer, but these days an organizer is trying to do a lot of big giveaways, and by having you offer a great giveaway, it does benefit that person. Now they're what they're trying to do is they're trying to, I think, probably eliminate people who probably don't have the something of that level to offer, right? That could
mm,
be one reason that they're doing it. Um, from the creator side, you may have noticed. I mean, I really and I'm on record of saying this. Um, unless I really am kind of obligated to the person, I generally don't participate in one where I'm one of many, and
mm,
so it really has to be that I'm going to get a really high quality lead as a result of it, and that lead is going to be loyal to me as a result of it. Now, for example, um, um, You all, I mean, everybody in this call probably knows Chad El Jazeer. You don't say no
Mhm.
to him. So, I mean, when he'll say, "Well, Charles, I'm doing this thing," and I might not answer him for a little bit. Then he'll say, "Charles," or I'm like, okay, all right, all right, all right, right. So, but I do that because it's him. I don't do that because I want to be in it. Um, and so I only do these things if it's really the kind of person where I've got the relationship with them and they really are saying, um, I want you in it. But just as a rule, you've got to be careful not to be one of many. And typically, when people, they won't even give their real email address. They'll just give a throwaway email address just to get the freebie.
Mm.
And so you get a
Right.
lot of people on your list sometimes, and sometimes those people aren't going to necessarily be buyers. Now, the only exception to that is the make money online space, like our space on JVZoo Warrior Plus. Those can be good leads because, in general, I mean that's what people are there for, right? They're there to make more money. Outside of this market, I think you've got to really kind of feel like this is really going to be of benefit to you in order to participate by giving that level of product away. Now, your other alternative is, of course, is to create something, right? That you wouldn't mind giving away. Um, that is not necessarily
He froze.
He froze for me too. Charles, I don't know if you can hear us. Uh,
I'm sure he'll come back. Oh, he's gone. He's been kicked out of the platform. But
right.
oh, he's coming back.
Yeah, no, I think um,
there he
I
is.
would
Charles,
You're
did
back.
you know?
probably, yeah,
Did you know that
I
you
think,
froze and then left, so we didn't hear all of it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This
Okay.
this
Okay.
platform, I'm not a fan of it. I would say, I think
Oh,
that
what
the,
were
the
you
way
saying was the alternative? You were saying there
I
was an
think,
alternative way.
yes, I think I would participate and I would create something for it as long as
Hmm.
it doesn't take you away from your business, right? So I wouldn't take like a long time to create it, but I would
Hmm.
maybe take some PLR and make something and then
Hmm.
bring it up to value and then use it. I would not necessarily take something out of my product line and sell it. So
Right.
anytime you get an opportunity to speak in front of people, you take it, right? So
Hmm.
so even if right now, and again, so the difference between that for me and a bundle is that in general, I don't get a chance to speak. So if somebody asks me to speak, it doesn't matter how big or small the marketer is, doesn't matter how big or small the event is. In general, I will speak. If I get the opportunity, if it's 10 people, two people there, right, I will speak
Wow.
regardless how big or small it is. Um, and
It's
that
that important and significant?
it is because when somebody asks you to speak, you get you're instantly an authority because
Mm.
somebody puts your name and a picture up there and you're instantly and somebody else is going to see it even if they don't come, so they're going to say, well, okay, well, man, they asked
Right.
Santu to come to this thing. I wonder why that is. And so
Mm.
so in general you get the opportunity, and I could differ on this from a lot of bigger marketers. But I just think that when you get the opportunity and somebody asks you and they're going to put your name on it and they're going to say, Sanju Carr is going to be here. She's going to talk on mindfulness. And, that you can't pay for that kind of advertising.
Okay.
So
Okay. And
I would
and
say
and that's
put
go
something
on.
together. Yeah. And I would say
Hmm.
take something. I wouldn't take it out of your product line necessarily.
What you
I would,
normally sell, you mean?
right. I would create something
Right.
that's worth $97 and then put it in your product line after the thing.
After. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And these summits are speaking summits, and maybe that's why they can get away with saying, we want you, your firstborn child, and all the animals you own. Like they really do ask a lot of busy entrepreneurs to say you're going to speak, and you need to create a lead magnet, and you need to create or give a substantial VIP gift. So I just think it's a lot for them to ask. But if um I'll just pause and see if he's gonna come back. I think he got kicked out again. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's
Okay, so
back.
you're
Are you
back.
back,
So
Charles?
oh, he's frozen. Okay. He's glitchy now. He's back, but he's glitchy.
We can't hear you, Charles. While he's figuring that out, if I could add, Tantu, that
Hmm.
um, uh, being able to speak at one of these things is like gold for you. And
Okay.
so, savvy internet marketers understand the value of that. It is free
Yeah.
marketing that can go on in perpetuity. I mean, really, depending on how it is
Mm.
presented,
Yeah.
the venue or the channel that's used, it could be recorded. You could even use portions
Yeah.
of it. So that is so valuable that marketers will
Yeah.
create product
Yeah.
around it as a lure, and they have this fantastic means of marketing themselves, and then you can, like Charles was
Mm.
hinting at, you can then say, I have been a part of this thing, and the more of those that you can put on your about page or your
Mm.
whatever is going to be that much more valuable for you.
Hmm.
Yeah. I was starting to get that sense from Charles that 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 the speaking bit is so valuable that it's worth taking the time to
Hmm.
create the gifts that they want.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm getting it now. And I
Hmm.
hadn't sort of seen it in that way before. Like, no one's really said it's that it's like it's not even gold, it's platinum. You speaking on these summits because I have spoken on quite a few, and it's getting tiring. And the thing is, I'm not getting a lot of leads from them. I'm only getting a few, and I can't guarantee that they're buyers necessarily. So yeah, I'm just starting to wonder. I think I'm getting jaded from being in too many of them. And Charles is laughing because like it's only been a year. Uh, it's not been that long that I've been doing summits, but like they're tiring having to produce new content all the time because I am always change. Like each one has a theme, and I try and match it, and it's a lot of work and very time consuming. And I think it's because I have to hire someone to do it. I'm not a graphic designer. I don't understand how to use Canva. So each time I enter these summits, I have to hire someone and pay quite a hefty price for them to create this stuff on Canva. So yeah, I'm waiting for your stuff, Laurel. See if I can maybe use PLR stuff to use them, and hopefully I don't have to tweak too much. I can just like run with it. Maybe that'll make things a lot easier.
If you're getting a lot of okay, and I get your vibe now. If you're getting a lot of requests, um, some of this is going to kind of come back to um, you defining what your core principles are and then talking about them all the time. And so, in other
Mm,
words, somebody asked me to speak now, right? They might ask me to speak on the subject, but I'm still talking about the 12 things I talk about all the time. You know what I mean? So, um, I'm not gonna. So even if I create
right.
something, it's gonna be something I've already talked about, and it's gonna be like core to all the
Mm,
stuff I've already done. And so, whatever those core principles are about, whatever your brand is, once you define
mm,
those,
right.
so whatever your book would be about, I would take one of those things out of the book and almost just, slap something up on Canva, but it really won't be slapping anything up because this will be what is really core to who you are. So whatever that is, I would be talking about those things. Laura, were you about to say something?
I was just thinking that it is worth learning the very basics of Canva or prompt engineering or something, because
Oh,
um,
yeah.
it's becoming so pervasive now. The use of these tools that I would hate to see you continually spend that money. And another thought that I had, and you can take it for what it's worth, is while you don't want to completely, begin to say no to these opportunities, you might be in a position now to be able to be a bit more selective about
Hmm.
which ones that you do or do
Yeah.
not participate in.
Yeah. And you've reminded me, I have heard of someone saying that it's possible to create lead magnets and, insert pictures and all that stuff, do something really nice using AI, but I can't remember what plugin creates lead magnets or creates like ebooks or anything like that. Can you remember, Charles? I think you talked about it at some point, but I can't
Yeah,
remember what the
there
actual
there's
plugin is.
yeah, there I'm trying to think of the one. It's called, because the guy is doing something else at the end of October. His name is Adil Chowdhury. He's got something. Dana, do you know what the name of what Dana, do you know what I'm talking about? Um it's some kind of I can't, the name escapes me. Um Probably the person on here who would know would be Dana. And I don't Dana, you know what I'm talking about? Adil Chowdhury's thing. And he would there's something you take with a document and you turn it into something, and I cannot remember the name of it. He's doing some other e-cover thing. Um I cannot remember the name of it. But there are some things that, you know, you're basically just going to take a Word document and redo them. Let me see if Dana answered. Um, yeah, I cannot think of the name of this application. It's something that a lot of people bought. Um,
Oh,
mm,
you're not talking about an AI plugin then, you're talking about an app.
it's an app.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
really simple app. Now you
Is
would
it
probably redo the content with AI, but
mhm.
the actual, like, I cannot think. Hold on.
Is
Let me see
is
if
it i- is it designer?
that maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe that's the name of it. Just not. Mm, Let me see.
Although
Deal
that name isn't, I don't connect that with designer. I think it was someone else that did that.
design.
And it's with two R's. You know how to spell it in its weird way, right?
It's
Design
Scribble.
and then
Scribble
oh,
is what it's
okay.
called. Scribble.
Okay.
It's called Scribble. Yeah.
Yeah. With is it
Now that
normal spelling with two B's and an LE, or is it a different way?
yeah, it's a weird spelling. Let me see if I can share my screen here. It's a weird, although this thing's really wonky these days. Okay, yeah. So it's Scribble with a Q.
Okay.
Scribble. Yeah. And so people
Okay.
do stuff with that, right? I mean, and like I said, I don't think I'm not saying, I don't think I would spend a lot of time on this. And the other thing I was just thinking about sitting here too would be that, um, you know, if you're getting asked to be on all these summits,
Mm-hmm.
then it's time for you to do your own and start inviting some of these people back, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, if you've got if those kind of contacts, right, the kind of people who show up on summits, then number one, the good thing about getting them on the summit means they've got a list. So that means they can promote your
Yeah.
summit. So that if you get a person who has asked you to be on the summit, I mean, it's a really simple ask there at the end to say, well, hey, I'm doing the mindfulness summit at the end of October, and I'm looking for a speaker on whatever, whatever you say, right? I would get them because they can promote it. Because if they put together a summit, they've got a list at least as big enough for the people that they brought to a summit. That's a way to kind of get some of that equity back that you know what I mean? So it's not going to be direct, right? You're not going to get it back immediately, but that person does um, owe you a little bit to put you to be to put to get on your summit too if you ask them.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a quasi hosting thing where I did invite some people, but I didn't do the admin, but I was one of the hosts on the track of the summit. So I have a little bit of practice, but it's the admin of running a summit that scares the bejesus out of me, because it sounds like it's a lot of work, it's a lot of prep, and I'm not there yet. It is on my mind and on my agenda to do maybe next year at some point, but right now I'm keen to build my list of
Hmm.
buying clients. Like even with as a host for a summit, you might be getting the emails of the speakers and the speakers list, but they're not necessarily going to be a buying client for my products, right? So it's
Hmm.
it's not exactly a good fit even as a host collecting emails. So
Hmm.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and
it's it,
and
it,
you know,
it's a mm, go on.
and there are. Yeah, I was going to say. Um, I mean, if you have, if you know, if any technical people, right? Um,
Hmm.
I mean, now again, I mean, you have to turn it into a revenue event, but I mean, sharing the revenue with somebody for them to do the
Hmm.
technical side, the stuff you don't want to do, and
Hmm.
then collecting the leads. Now, again, the leads have to make it worth it. So if you don't think the leads are going to buy from you, that's not worth doing. Now, if those leads are
Yeah.
going to buy from you and give you more opportunities, then I wouldn't try to do the technical part. I would
No, no,
find
I
somebody
wouldn't.
who,
Yeah.
yeah, I would
Yeah,
find
yeah.
somebody who can do it.
Yeah. And by the way, like, have you heard of Event Raptor as a platform?
Hmm.
Okay. All right. That's all.
Hmm.
I was
Yep.
just, yeah, I was gonna, if you didn't know, I was gonna say they host summits and they do the technical stuff for you and all that kind of stuff. So
Hmm.
if you hadn't known about them, I would let you know to check them out.
Yeah.
But you have
Yeah.
already.
No, I knew when they came out. Yeah, Event Raptor. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
already had Hey Summit, and I kind of
Mm,
have this arrangement with them, but
right.
for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for your answers and
Oh
food for
no,
thought.
thank you.
Mm.
Yep. Okay. Are there any other questions? Any other questions? Well, we are at let's see, 7:36, I think. And I think that is puts us at about 36 minutes. And I certainly appreciate you all hanging out with us. And like always, I mean, you all could have been doing anything else on a Saturday night, but you chose to spend it with Laurel and I talking about summits and internet marketing. And we appreciate it. And we appreciate you. So, with that, thank you very much, everybody. Um, Signing out.
Good night. Thanks, Dana. Dana, good to see you too.
All right. Good night, everybody.